So here we are with the guys Paul and Ed from Devil Soul to Soul. And first of all, our mission from Wild Vision is the statement, music can save you. And I think there couldn't be a better introduction to your band, Devil Soul to Soul. So, hi guys.
Hey, how are you doing?
It's a pleasure to do this interview with you and to ask you questions from my side and from our community. First of all, I have to confess, because to my shame, I didn't have you on my radar before the release of the single Beyond Reach. I hope you can forgive me.
No, that's cool. I mean, it's good that new people are hearing us. Honestly, that's for us is more exciting than just going over the same ground. So we're really glad that you found us now.
It's good news.
Yeah. And I think it is the best start to listen to Devil Soul to Soul.
Oh, cool. Thank you.
So, Loss, your new album, which will be out on the 9th of April, it will be your fourth studio album?
Yeah, that's correct. Yeah.
Fourth full length.
Yeah, and
sixth release, I think.
Yeah, with 2 EPs. Yeah. And also it is the first release with both of you as vocalists. I think it's great because Ed is back on track and Paul continues there as well. I personally think your voices are a perfect combination, and with the two of you, Devil Soul to Soul can move into a new era. So, but in your opinion, is it a new era? Or are you entering as a band a restart?
No, I'd say it's a new era, definitely. I think there's a lot of stuff that we've done in the past, for example, and that has completely made our sound to what it is today. Without all of that history, we wouldn't be the band we are. So it's definitely, I'd say it's a third coming of Devil Soul to Soul as such, like the third version. Rather than a brand new start, it's exciting for us. It's to be in this position to change on like our format in a really positive way.
Mm. Yeah, your last album, Empire of Light, is now 9 years old. It's a long time. I think it's a long time for a band.
Yes.
But I think the EP with Paul is only 5 years old.
Something like, I think it might be older. Yeah, I can't remember.
2014. Okay, then it's 7 years.
Yeah.
So
it's been a while.
Yeah, it's been a while. For me, it was the first song. Also, it's okay. But what has changed in the writing process? Because now you are the both vocalists, and what are the changes in the writing process in all these years, apart from the change in vocals from you both?
I think musically it was all sort of broached in much the same way that it's always been. Those guys like tackled it in the same kind of way. The main thing was just like finding our feet again, because obviously it'd been a while since we'd all written any music together. But once that got moving, we were all in the practice studio together, just going at it, putting ideas together, and it was cool. Vocally was probably the biggest change, because I've never written with another vocalist before, so like collaboration was vocally was quite a new thing to me. But we tried initially, while they were like the songs were still coming together, we tried doing stuff online, like sending stuff back and forth, and it wasn't really working for us, to be honest. I mean, you have to catch people at the right time, because obviously, like, we've all got jobs and stuff, and all we've got lives and stuff, so when you're sort of just randomly sending stuff to people, it can kind of get a bit lost and stuff. And we got to a bit of a false start, I think. So we just decided like it was time to knuckle down, and we were just going to get together like every weekend for as many months as it took to get the job done, I guess. And once we started doing that, it all just started to come together. And I mean, so I started singing with Paul in 2017 for the Fragile Hope shows, and
for the tour,
So to work out splitting up how we were going to sing those songs, and then also splitting up some of Paul's songs, then later on doing some of the stuff from Best and Cursed and also Empire of Light. We had a good bit of sort of practice in terms of maybe how we worked together, even though those were all sort of single vocal songs. It really just, we were able to find our feet in terms of just singing together, I suppose, and like we just got on really well off the bat, so we just became really close mates like really fast. So when it came to actually working together, it was like we were both really comfortable. It was quite nice actually. One thing is, like we sort of said this before, but as a vocalist, you can be your own worst enemy. So you can maybe throw ideas or be overly critical or harsh about your own ideas. But when someone else is there and you're listening to what someone else is singing and stuff, someone else can like totally take something else away and see, even if the whole thing, like idea wasn't necessarily the one, there's often like ideas and stuff that you can pick out from each other as we're working in it. Not only made the process like more fun and because it can be quite negative being a vocalist, because you have it like you are just on your own, like really like you have to work through vocals on 10 songs, and you often have to do it in sort of time constraint and stuff. But having someone else there with you who is kind of sympathetic and doesn't like rip you apart, and doesn't let you rip yourself apart like as much. Yeah. It's nice. Like it makes the whole experience way less like unpleasant for yourself.
Way more fun. Way
more fun. Yeah, I think the main thing as a vocalist is to pick up the people and to transfer the feelings, and that's all you do with the new album. I think so. It's great. It's really great.
Thanks.
And I've heard it before, not one time, just at least a few times in my car at work. Every time I want to hear it. So you transfer everything that you want to me.
That's really good. That's really, really good to hear. It's so nice to see people kind of responding to it now, and obviously the fans will get that in a week's time. But for us, it's like, just speaking to people reviewing it, etc., just like yourself and interviews. It's the first time we've had any feedback, so it's really, really important for us. And thank you so much for the kind words.
Yeah, it's a good conversation. Years ago, your popularity as one of the UK's best known underground bands followed you, but I think with the release of Lost, you are now probably the leading force of post-hardcore from the UK. Because I don't know anything or any band that sounds like you. So the older stuff, I didn't know any band that sounds like you. And with the new stuff, I think you grow even more.
That's awesome.
Also here in Germany, I think.
That's really well. We love Germany, and
Germany's the best.
I mean, we just want to get out there as soon as we can when we're allowed to play shows again out in Germany and Europe. It's
we've said this before, but like some of my absolute like most favorite memories are like summer festivals, like on the mainland, mostly like Germany, like Summer Breeze. That was one of my favorite memories as a band. We did a weekend where we did Pukkelpop in Belgium, and then came across for Summer Breeze, and it was just like, that's one of my favorite memories in the band. And also just playing in Germany. I love touring Germany in the winter as well. It's just like, it's such a nice country.
Thank you. So we can get a German tour if the pandemic
definitely
will be
absolutely
end. Okay.
Yeah.
That would be very awesome. Yeah. So you released before the album release on the 9th of April 3 singles. Before it was at first the single Beyond Reach. You were portrayed, I think, as angels together in bright light, in this incredible bright lights. And I think it the singles are a quite big contrast compared to each other with the Narcissist, where you go a rather dark experience. It was not so.
Definitely those two, like Beyond Reach and the Narcissist, are probably two of like the most contrasting like songs across the album. Like definitely like the furthest apart from each other, I think. So that's kind of, I guess, some of the thought process with those songs.
Especially about the music videos. Will we be able to see more videos from you in the future?
Yeah, there's one coming out just after we release as well.
Okay.
We're not actually in this one, so because of lockdown, we weren't able to really do it. So we've got some guys to film some stuff up in Scotland in the mountains. So so that's Signal Fire will be coming out.
Okay, cool. Yeah. That was also one song I really liked on the
album.
Man. So I've got one special question to add. You left the band in 2013.
Yeah.
According to your own statement, because your heart was no longer 100% in the band.
I never said that.
Yeah, I think.
I didn't say that.
So what made you feel confident to be part of this again? Because not only we are happy that you are back, also your fans have found many kind words to welcome you back.
Yeah, that's awesome. Just to clear that up, it was the most heartbreaking thing I've ever done leaving the band. It was never, ever a case of not wanting to do it. It's purely a financial thing in terms of getting my sort of future more structured and in place, so that being in a band and being in your late 20s, if you're not like a super successful band, and you're not making enough money to make ends meet, it becomes very stressful. It becomes like you really start questioning your whole life, I suppose. And really, that was all it was about. It was just about getting my life in order and finding out a way of like a career to just to make ends meet and sort of, set myself up for just the usual stuff, like being able to buy a house and get married and stuff. So
okay.
It was never about that. And really, when the guys asked if I wanted to sing on the Fragile Hope shows again, it was just like I would absolutely love to.
It was in 2018. You toured to Asia for the first time.
Yeah, that was amazing. That was the best. Honestly, it's like, if you haven't been to Japan,
no.
Honestly, it's like turning the world upside down, but it all feels really friendly and like kind of comfortable. It's just not. It's so amazing. Difficult to explain. It's the cleanest place I've ever been. It's everybody's so passionate about doing things well, so proud about their jobs and stuff. Like, people turn up to clean the park, clean the streets, dressed completely spotlessly, and they just take that whole sense of pride to a whole new level, and it's really, really lovely to see.
Yeah. Okay. In Asia, you started the process of writing your new album. Is that right?
It definitely formed the early foundations. Yeah. I guess we recorded some stuff that whilst we were there on the bells at the beginning of the Narcissist, for example, and we took some inspiration from it. But I guess we didn't really start writing any actual song parts properly until we got back. But it was definitely one of the things that inspired us to start doing that, writing.
So the song title Tateishi, I hope I speak it right. Is this also was founded in Japan as a title of the track?
Well, it's the place where we stayed when we were in Tokyo, and even though the song isn't about anything to do with that, it's kind of the song is again, it's about grieving a loss and sort of that wishful feeling for having what was sort of before, I suppose, with like the mourning the loss. And I suppose in a sort of a roundabout way, that title is kind of about that sort of nostalgia or longing for the past and how much we love being there. So, and how much we'd love to do it again. So it kind of, even though it doesn't directly come into the actual proper depth of the song. It mirrors the ideas in it.
I write about Tadashi Sama, a stone about. And I think, okay, is it from there? So yeah.
Yeah, there's it was one of the things that when we were talking about the song title, we kind of used. I looked it up, the sort of the meaning of the word and also kind of what was about the actual place, and it just made sense for what we were trying to talk about as well. So yeah.
Yeah. Okay. On the album, there are quite a couple of quite long tracks on the album. So I think there are 10 tracks on the album, and the playtime is about 61 minutes.
Yep,
that's very long for 10 tracks in the meantime. But despite the length of the songs, you never lose the focus, and especially not the atmosphere. That's really outstanding, I think.
Thank you. Yeah, we kind of wanted to make it an interesting album from start to finish, where there was enough change in feel between the tracks that it didn't make you kind of feel that they blurred too much into each other, but they did blend. The track listing was really important, making sure we got that right, and I think we did.
Again, the songs in the correct order is almost as important as the songs themselves, because if you get it in the wrong order, you can make the songs worse. But if you get it in the right order, the way the songs interplay with each other can make the songs just like if the right song comes after the song before, it can really make that song even better, and just those mood shifts can really like shift up a gear, I think.
Yeah, that's right. But can you say which song is your favorite on the album?
That's hard.
I've got favorite parts, definitely, but I wouldn't say favorite songs. I'd say there's bits and songs that I'm really proud of, because I think I've sung them better than I maybe have done stuff in the past, or maybe there's some lyrics in there that I'm really, really, really proud of, because they mean a lot to me, they mean a lot to the band, and I think they'll mean a lot to people out there who are maybe having a tough time. And those are the things that make me tick. I don't necessarily pick out songs in their own right, but it's those key moments. Yeah.
Because it's like a puzzle, really, isn't it? All the songs are a puzzle piece which comes together to sort of form the whole. So it's it's quite hard to pick them out separately. But that said, I mean, the last song is super important to all of us, and I think we tried something a little bit different on that, which maybe put us outside of our comfort zone a little bit. But I think we're just all really stoked with how that last song came together, definitely.
Yeah, you said it before. The last song, I think the 2 last songs are the most emotional songs on the album, and with But Not Forgotten, the people at your concerts will be lying in each other's arms and will definitely lose a tear or two, I think. And the title song "Loss" is, I think, a ballad about the loss of a loved one, and I was especially impressed by the line, "The sadness always comes in waves."
Yeah, I mean, it means a lot, that track. I mean, our drummer's mum died right at the beginning of the writing process, and all of the words that we put down there came from a discussion we had with him to see how he was doing, really. We said we wanted to write a song sort of in memory of his mum, and to look at it from his perspective rather than just write from ours about him. So yeah, we just took up all the words that he was saying and just wrote the lyrics based on all of that. He was in a tough place, and he still is. And the grieving process, losing a parent or losing someone that's close to you, can go on for a very long time.
Yeah, and it's really about how the sadness always comes in waves. Is like you can feel fine or numb or like okay for a little while, but it will hit you when you least expect it, and it's brutal and it's hard, and yeah,
you said it. It reminds me also back to the loss of a beloved family member, and I think a lot of people can relate to that.
I hope so.
But I remember it with a good thought, despite the sad moments in the song. So you said it. The story behind is the loss of your drummer.
Yeah.
with his mom. Now I love the song even more.
Oh, thanks. Sure. Yeah, it means a lot to everyone in the band, so that's good to hear.
Yeah, and I mean, like the whole process. I mean, like Lex is like obviously is like a family member to us, and see him going through all that stuff was absolutely heartbreaking. I mean, obviously we all knew his mum as well, so it was hard, but like specifically seeing him going through that was really tough. So it felt right to address it, like not only for well, mostly like really just for his purposes and sort of like catharsis for him, I suppose.
And with the videos from Nuclear Blast, I found out that you recorded all your songs in the specially built studio of your guitarist Johnny. That sounds very great.
He's amazing. He's
he's amazing. That's right. What feelings or reasons did you? What advantages does that offer you as a band?
No one knows how we should sound than like us ourselves, and Johnny is especially tuned into that. So he just gets it. You don't have to explain to like a producer or like a mixing engineer or whatever like how it's supposed to sound or how you want it to sound, because he just knows. Like we never really had to because I mean we've done all of our records with him. Like he hasn't mixed all of them, but we've recorded all of them with him. So yeah, it's hard to. I mean, we've got quite a specific sound where we kind of want it to still sound natural and real, but you also want it to contend on like a modern level. So it's something that he can really strike a balance on, and he's really, really good.
Sorry. Since you make a really great team together, you both as the vocalists, have you ever thought about re-recording all the songs again with you two on the mic?
That sounds really exhausting.
Yeah, that sounds tiring.
I don't think. Do you know what? I think it would be a bad idea purely on the fact that so many people hold the older songs really dear, and I think if you go too much into that territory, you can really upset people. Yeah. And also, I think those songs were at parts of our lives and times of our lives where, the emotion that was in those recordings is there, and I think they're probably best left alone and to focus on the future.
I think also there is an element of like, even if it from a technical perspective it's better and maybe we prefer how it sounds, those songs are so locked into sort of specific memories and nostalgia with people who really relate to those songs the first time round. I think you're just asking for trouble.
We get told off, definitely.
I don't think I want the trouble with the older fans, so let's close this this idea. So especially today in this pandemic, would you think it would be also be a chance for you to connect more with your fans if you do a live stream or something else?
So we've thought about it and we've discussed it quite a lot actually, because it's we don't know when we're going to be able to play shows really. No one's sure, but it's something that we're not really that keen on, but only because it's more about the vibe and how the feel is for us as a band. We really enjoy that interaction with the fans, and to be in that environment on a live stage, the lighting behind you and the fans in front singing and screaming along and just enjoying themselves and feeling that vibe. I don't think you just can't get that from a live stream. So as much as the fans would probably enjoy it, I think we wouldn't necessarily. So it's a tough one, and it's, obviously we can look at it as a way of making money out of stuff, but we're not really in it for that. We're in it for the enjoyment, and we're in it to give the fans kind of something positive. And I don't think we would be at our best if we did it.
And also, I mean, there's from a completely different perspective. I mean, it's like that is one hell of an expensive thing to even put on in the first place. And I think if you want to do it in a worthwhile sense, you've got to spend like a lot of money, and it would be a risk for us. I think it'd be quite a risk.
Yeah, but I would buy 1 or 2 tickets.
We do a private show for you, Sebastian.
Wow, okay. You know that I'm recording this, yeah?
Yeah.
Paul's word is rubbish.
Yeah, don't believe a word I say.
Let's get back to the question. What are your lovely songs on the album? I think for me it's also hard to pick a song, 1 song, 2 songs, or 3 songs, because the whole album is really, really good, and I think it's kind of everything. So you can heard to post-hardcore, you can heard a little bit of metalcore, sometimes quite in the narcissist. Also the other songs that will be out on the 9th of April are quite very good and really awesome to hear. Also the atmosphere is quite amazing.
Oh, cool. Thanks, man.
You transfer everything to your lyrics. I was really appreciating this, that Nuclear Blast had sending me the lyrics, so I
cool.
get a closer look before the release.
That's good. That's a really good idea, actually.
Yeah.
So that's a really important thing. I would say that everyone should read the lyrics, because the feelings will be also better with when you know the lyrics and when you can sing to it on a live show. I hope you did
or a private live stream. Yeah.
Or private live stream. Yes. So, I hope you will come to Germany.
Yeah.
Yes, definitely.
But I didn't have. Have you already toured to Germany? You said
Yeah.
Quite
a lot,
Quite a bit in the past.
Okay. So, but
I mean, not recently, obviously, but
but only 2 festivals, or?
No, we've got some tours. So we toured with a band out there called We Butter the Bread with Butter. And
Okay.
yeah, we played with them.
We've done a bunch of headline stuff as well. And we came around with what they called like a Mehr and Bury Your Dead, like a while, like years ago now. But we've just been through Germany, a lot. Yeah.
Okay.
It's time to like re-engage with Germany and to build, and hopefully the new album gives us that opportunity.
Yeah. I think so. Of course, post-hardcore is really a big theme here in Germany. And you did everything with the 3 singles to introduce you to the fans. You pick me up, so everything is cool.
Yeah, that's cool, man. That's great.
Thank you, guys.
Thank you, honestly.
It was a pleasure to talk to you.
Yeah, likewise, honestly. Yeah, and it'd be good to meet you at a show in the future, Sebastian. It'd be
that'd
be awesome, man.
Yeah.
Cool. Right, we better head off onto the next one. But thank you so much.
Cool now for the next one, but thank you so much for your time.
Yeah, thank you. Stay healthy.
Yeah, you too, man. All the best. Take care.
Yeah.
Take care.
Thank you. Bye.
Cheers.